Dear students, today our focus will be on understanding the regulation of gene expression in prokaryotes. So one by one we will discuss the terminology that comes. But first, what is the gene expression? As we all know that genes are present on chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and protein. So ultimately the hereditary material is DNA. So if this is a DNA and this particular portion of this DNA possesses coding sequence, that is for the formation of a protein, it has sequence or information for the production of a protein. So first, this, what will happen, transfer of genetic information from DNA will pass in the form of messenger RNA, and this messenger RNA will, after several modification, different type of processing, will give rise or undergo to translation, that is the production of protein, and this messenger RNA ultimately leads to a protein, and this protein may have various functions. Means various types of proteins may be there, and all proteins have their own or differential function. So this is the general mechanism of action of a gene, that how the genetic information is translated or expressed in the form of a protein. Now, regulation of gene expression. If we observe a bacterial cell, this is a bacterial cell, single celled organism, it has circular chromosome, and if we observe its DNA, that is circular DNA, and if all the coding sequences, all the genes present in this bacterial DNA is, if these coding sequences are translated, first they will be transcribed, this is transcription process. First they will be transcribed, later on translated in the form of protein. So how many proteins will be there if all the coding sequences are finally translated? So there will be 4300 different type of proteins in a bacterial cell. But what is the miracle? Whenever we observe a particular bacterial cell at a particular time, we are not getting all these different type of proteins in a bacterial cell. Only very necessary, very urgent, very important, or the time, that means only limited proteins will be present in this bacterial cell. So what happens about these, the total coding sequence of this bacterial DNA? What happens if only few sequences are translated in protein and rest sequences are not translated in proteins? This depends on the use of a gene. So there are three types of genes. One is housekeeping genes. Housekeeping genes. These are known as constitutive genes. These genes remain on always. It means these genes always synthesize their protein product, because their protein product is needed for every cell at every time. For example, we know that in our body glucose metabolism takes place. Glucose is used as an energy molecule. Glucose is used in a biosynthetic process. So, and glucose is a very important or very common food material we have in our food. So, to process the glucose either catabolically or anabolically, the genes responsible for the glucose catabolism or anabolism should be continuously in on condition, should be continuously operative. Similarly, our every cell needs oxygen at every time. So this oxygen transportation is carried out by hemoglobin. So the expression of the hemoglobin synthesizing gene should be there in all time. So these genes whose protein products continuously synthesizing are known as housekeeping genes or constitutive genes. But there are certain other type of genes known as inducible genes. These are that type of genes that when there is a signal, there is a signal in the environment of that particular organism, in the growth environment, growth medium of that particular environment, and here we are discussing about the prokaryotes. So we take the example of bacteria. So suppose we take example of bacteria, that if bacteria is growing in a particular growth medium, and in that media there are certain molecules present. If due to these molecules, these outside molecules, a particular gene in bacterial cell remains on, it means that gene becomes induced, that gene becomes functional, means that gene starts synthesizing its product, then that type of gene is known as inducible. Inducible gene is due to the signal molecules present in its environment. Another type of genes are in prokaryotes are repressible, that normally these genes are synthesizing their product, but what happens if their ultimate product, suppose this particular gene A in a bacterial cell is synthesizing a particular protein or the monomer of this protein, building blocks of this protein, and if this building block, if this molecule is already present in its growth media, so this bacterial cell will switch off this gene, because there is no need of this gene to be expressed, because whatever this gene is going to produce, that material is already present in its environment, so no need to waste energy. So this type of genes, those expression becomes switched off due to external environment, due to signals received from its environment, is known as repressible genes. So here we will discuss that how the gene expressions is actually regulated in prokaryotes. So there may be various steps of gene regulation. The first is that this is a DNA sequence, and if DNA is that is transcription takes place, if this particular gene attached on this DNA, if its transcription takes place, it will form a messenger RNA. This messenger RNA will further be processed. It means this messenger RNA will be processed or modified in various ways for necessary function, and then this will go to translation and we will have a protein. But before this protein becomes functional, this protein will also go a number of modifications. So what happens that first this gene undergoes transcription and it produces a messenger RNA. That messenger RNA is further processed, and after its processing, this messenger RNA is translated into protein. That protein, before it can perform its function, is modified. That is known as post-translational modification. So this is the general mechanism of production of a protein. So what if a gene product is not needed? Suppose this gene and its ultimate protein is not required by an organism. Then what? This gene will not be processed, that is, it will not be expressed. This gene, expression of this gene will be stopped. Expression will be stopped. So, expression of this gene can be stopped at various steps, such as at the transcriptional step, that is, no need to produce messenger RNA. Suppose this gene has produced messenger RNA, but still its product is not needed. Then post-transcriptional modification steps, the regulation may be at post-transcriptional modification steps. That is, however, the messenger RNA is produced, but that messenger RNA is processed in such a way that the process beyond this do not progress. That is also a regulation process. Suppose this messenger RNA has transferred to this step, that is translation. Here the translational step, there may be regulation still, that this protein is translated in such a way or modified in such a way that this protein is not produced in a functional way, or it is stopped at this position. So what happens from taking transcription up to the translation, and ultimately if there is no need of that protein, so this is merely a wastage of energy. So it is necessary to conserve the energy. It is best to stop this all process right at the beginning, that is at the time of transcription. So in majority of cases in all organisms, the regulation of gene takes place at the transcription step. So transcriptional regulation is the important aspect. Now we will discuss about the inducible gene and inducible gene and repressible. But first we will focus on inducible. Okay, what happens in inducible system of gene regulation in prokaryotes? What is inducible? As I have already told, that these are the genes whose expression depends on the molecule or signal in their environment. Suppose this is a bacterial cell, and this bacterial cell is growing in a nutrient media or in a growth media having both glucose and lactose. Both glucose and lactose are carbohydrate molecules. So this bacteria will initially use glucose as a energy molecule, it will not use the lactose for its energy production. But what happens if in this growth media the glucose is exhausted? Now the glucose is no more present in the growth media of this bacterial cell. Now how this bacterial cell will survive? What will be the source of energy? So here this bacterial cell will switch another mechanism of utilization of lactose as an energy molecule in place of glucose. So when the lactose is present, this lactose induces certain genes that expression. Suppose these certain genes are A, B and C. Suppose these genes and their protein product is important for the catabolism of this lactose. That is, if this lactose has to be used or is to be used as an energy molecule, then this particular gene in bacterial cell should be regulated, should be expressed. It means expression of these three genes or more than three genes, whatever the case will come later on, that presence of lactose induces the expression of these genes. So this is called inducible system. And what happens in lactose? That lactose causes the expression of lactoperon. Operon we will discuss in another video. Similarly, in repressible protein, and we take example of bacteria, as we know that the bacterial cell can synthesize all type of biomolecules for its growth, provided with the supply of necessary nutrients, and tryptophan is one such type of nutrient that is required by the bacterial cell. It is an amino acid, and amino acids are the monomers or the building blocks of protein. So what happens in case of tryptophan? When the tryptophan is absent, listen, when the tryptophan is absent, it is not present in the environment of that bacterial cell. So the bacteria have, this bacterial cell have genes that can synthesize tryptophan. Tryptophan synthesis takes place when the tryptophan is absent in their growth media. And what happens when tryptophan is there? When tryptophan is there, these genes synthesizing tryptophan are now get switched off. So here this is the opposite mechanism of gene regulation as compared with the inducible. What happens in inducible system of gene regulation? The gene starts transcribing or producing its protein product provided the presence of the substrate molecule, and here it is lactose. So lactose acts as an inducer molecule to induce, to express these genes. But here when the tryptophan is present, unlike the lactose molecule, this tryptophan is present, so it will stop the production of tryptophan by this bacterial gene. So now how this actually happens in a bacterial cell? First we take the sequence of genes in bacterial cell. So suppose this is the DNA, and this particular sequence is known as regulator sequence, regulator regulator gene, suppose represented by I, and this is a promoter sequence. Promoter is that sequence around DNA where an RNA polymerase binds, and this is known as promoter sequence. And in between this promoter sequence there are certain sequences known as operator sequence, and these are the structural genes. Suppose this is structural gene A, gene B and gene C. So this is a general configuration of an operon model. Gene A, gene B and gene C. Protein product of all gene is necessary for the utilization of a certain molecule in bacterial environment. So expression of these all three genes takes together. That's why this is known as operon. An operon possesses this promoter sequence, operator sequence, regulator sequence and these structural genes. These are known as structural genes. So what happens? This regulator gene will synthesize a protein, will produce a protein, and this protein may have both positive or negative effect on the expression of these genes or the translation of these genes or expression of these genes. When this protein that is synthesized by a regulator gene binds to the operator sequence, binds to this is operator sequence and this total is promoter where the RNA polymerase comes and attach and then starts transcribing these structural genes. So if this protein, when this is known as regulator protein product and it binds to the operator sequence, when this regulator gene product is bound at the operator sequence, and in that case RNA polymerase could not bind at the promoter sequence. So what will happen? Transcription of these genes will not take place. So what is needed for the transcription of these genes? In presence of this regulator protein, it is necessary that anyhow if this regulator gene product is protected to bind at the operator. If anyhow this protein could not bind at the operator sequence, then the RNA polymerase will attach at the promoter and will progress towards the transcription, and if transcription takes place, translation will take place finally. So in this case, suppose this is a lac operon, that is the utilization of lactose by the bacterial cell in absence of glucose. So what happens if lactose is absent in the growth media? Lactose is absent, so what will happen? And glucose is present. So normally all these genes, transcription of all these genes is switched off. These genes are in switch off mode. But if lag is present, this lag molecule sends signal and here the protein product of regulator gene cannot bind to the operator sequence, as a result of which promoter sequence comes and attach and starts transcription. So here the lag or the lactose molecules are called inducer. Lactose molecules are called inducer molecule. So in presence of inducer molecule, that is lactose, this regulator gene product, which was initially controlling or maintaining to switch off the expression of these genes, will not bind at the operator sequence in presence of inducer molecule. So this is known as negative inducible, because this gene is prepared for binding at the operator sequence, but in presence of lactose molecule, here it is inducer, and this regulator gene was synthesizing a protein product so that no transcription can take place. So here this protein product is known as repressor protein, repressor. So in absence of lactose, this repressor protein bind at the operator, as a result of which RNA polymerase cannot bind and there is no expression of these genes. But in presence of lactose, which is an inducer molecule, this lactose reacts with it forms a complex with the repressor molecule. It forms a complex with repressor molecule, that is inducer repressor complex, and this complex cannot bind at the operator sequence. That's why RNA polymerase come and start synthesizing these genes. And what happens in case of tryptophan repressor system? Now this is suppose repressor system. Now listen that in repressor system, and we take the example of tryptophan operon. So when the tryptophan is absent, the regulator gene product cannot bind at the operator sequence, and thus the RNA polymerase comes and starts synthesizing the enzymes for the production of tryptophan. But when tryptophan is present, it reacts with this regulator gene product, that is repressor molecule. It forms a tryptophan repressor complex, and this complex binds at the operator sequence, and thus these genes remain switched off. It means when the tryptophan is there, these genes remain in switched off condition. When tryptophan is absent, these genes remain in switch on condition. So this is the general understanding of the regulation of gene expression in prokaryotes, and in next video we will discuss thoroughly about the lac operon. Thank you.